life,
Yeah.
dude. I'm high on life.
High off life, Devin.
I'm high
That's
off
what if that's what everybody's
things.
talking about when they comment on our videos? They're like, "Yo, you
You're
guys
high.
are just you're just a high loser. Like, no one's ever gonna take you serious. You ever think you're gonna be on ESPN?"
They're not wrong.
No, they're not. But
It is what
I'm
it is.
not. I ain't trying to be on FS1, so it's
I don't
fine.
think anyone wants to be on FS1.
Not at this point. It's just gonna be like what for like Monster Jam events or
Like field hockey.
maybe I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Yeah.
to a brand new episode of On It. We are here. You got me. You got Devin. We are back. We got some things to talk about. We got all of the rest of week 17 because we talked about what damn near half of week 17 last episode. We don't got no Thursday night football predictions because Thursday night football is over.
The TNF is over.
Some MVPs, some other NFL topics, some NBA topics, but I think we got to get right into the week 17 games because I'd say besides a handful, they kind of sucked.
Besides
Sucked
a
or
few, yeah.
or didn't matter. Like you got to think Chiefs Steelers, was
Matters.
almost a week ago at this point. Ravens Houston almost a week ago at this point. Hell, on that the Saturday when we did our last episode, I mean Chargers, not even Chargers Patriots, but Denver and the Bengals. All
Bengals.
those like there were some good games. Like okay, Carolina versus Tampa Bay, right? To me, you got things that mattered. I mean, Tampa needed to win this game. This was a
said Carolina versus Tampa.
Carolina versus Tampa, yeah.
Yes,
Carolina versus Tampa Bay.
yes.
The first game I'm rolling into
I got mixed up
for the Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just Big Baker doing Big Baker things. 5-hole tutties for the boy. And
give Baker the MVP, bro.
See, I don't know. They need to make like we need like a third award, like
the best.
Just like a fan voted award. It's just like
a fan vote MVP.
Not like a.
It ain't going to Josh.
It can't be MVP. Like it's gotta be like fan. I don't know. We'll think of it later. But
is the Pro Bowl ain't fan voted? No. Is there a fan vote involved?
I want to say fans at least nominate.
Okay.
Like because I remember years where it's like, or I think they do vote because I remember one time it was like 11 Ravens have been selected. Vote for blah 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 to get them on the roster or whatever. But I honestly can't remember.
I don't know. I've never voted for a Pro Bowl player. So.
The Pro Bowl also doesn't matter.
Gives a fuck. It's in Orlando, so
yeah. Joe Burrow already fixed the Pro Bowl a few months ago.
Years ago, no, last year.
I don't know when it was, but
for the season, yeah,
20 weeks. Just do the Pro Bowl at the midway through the year, like the All-Star game in the NBA, and problem solved.
Yep.
But with that being said, Carolina's, they still looking improved. Carolina fans, it's still because I'm not gonna lie, people were on my ass, Devin. People were on my ass. It wasn't
people. It was people from Carolina.
Sure, people from Carolina. People, period. They were on my ass for saying, guys, slow down. Maybe the Bryce Young hype train is going a little too fast, and we need to slow it down. We need to slow it down a little bit. Yep. And people didn't like that. And I don't know if it was just like you say something about Shador, and it's like, oh, you're a hater. And so it's like immediately they're just on your ass if like something.
But no, it was like the second that Panthers fans had anything to talk about with Bryce, anything good, even though there were 3 straight losses, and he played okay. They were gonna dive bomb it and say, "See what he can do."
Yeah,
see he's gonna be the future. Fuck off.
It's like even
we got nothing from it.
Even with all the positives bundled up into one for Bryce Young, the team is horrendous.
I know.
I mean, the Carolina Panthers are horrendous. Their whole team sucks. So it doesn't. I don't care.
Well, I'm pretty sure that the Panthers fans were pretty quiet last year. All of last year.
They were. Look, I mean, and honestly, we kind of we were on our ass more because we had expectations for them last year.
Yeah, of course.
And then the Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, the 1 and 2 conversation and all that, and the complete opposite was going on in Houston versus Carolina. And it's I don't know, Bryce Young. There's still so many unanswered questions that people acted like were answered.
Are answered, yeah.
And that just wasn't the case for me. Dallas and Philly. Saquon Barkley, 101 yards away from breaking that record.
Is he 101 from tying it or breaking it?
I think 101 from breaking.
Okay.
Either way, 101, 102.
Who cares?
Bro's breaking the record.
He's breaking the
record. They're playing the Giants. He's breaking the record.
I forgot. Someone said that to me like 5 weeks ago. They were like, they don't want him to have a good game this week, so by the time he hits the last game of the season, he can do this and that. I don't know, some bullshit. But
Giants, he's going to play. He's going to get 100 yards or 101 yards, 120 yards.
And then he's out of the game.
And then they're pulling him.
Well, no, he's got a shot. Don't the Eagles have a shot to take the one?
Well, that's a good question. Let's go pull up this playoff.
They're 13-3. Everyone else is 14-2, or those the top two.
I believe the winner of Detroit and Minnesota gets the number 1 seed. So I think Philly.
Oh, they play. Never mind.
Yeah, so I think Philly is set at number 2. So that's the thing. It's definitely going to be a controversial situation.
Of course,
because say something, obviously the worst thing possible could happen, in a meaningless game, or people will just find it annoying that bro's kind of just stat padding at the end of the season to break a record. Which I don't know. That's the thing. It's like, can you blame them for having something to play for? If they did have something to play for, could you have blamed them? Like I don't want to hear shit about.
Well, they have something to play for because of the guy.
Like Josh is probably not playing next week.
No.
And I know that's going to be a big thing. Oh, well, Lamar played an extra game. It's like, well, he had something to play for.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that he's in a harder division, and that's just the scenario he's in, where he has to play the final week to win his division. That is what it is.
Do you think they play Saquon?
I think Saquon plays. Huh?
It's the team's decision, though. But I think Saquon. Yeah. I mean, this is probably his last.
I think Saquon plays. I want to say Saquon already said he wants to break it, like post game.
Yeah.
I think Sirianni leaves it up to him, and I think he goes and breaks the record.
You think anyone else is playing? You think AJ? And I mean, there's no way Hurts is playing.
Well, no, there's no way. Absolutely no way.
He's missed the past 2 games. Not a chance.
Well, I mean, Kenny Pickett, he played through the broken ribs. I don't know who though. Maybe they get a third string to go out there and just hand it off to Saquon 25 times.
Well, okay, right when Saquon breaks it, get off the field.
Gotta pull him. But what if it takes him all game to break it?
I know.
It could take him 3.5 quarters to break it.
Feed him the bitch every play. Even if they know it's coming, he's still gonna bust a move on that shit Giants defense.
Well, if Saquon Barkley is strapped up, everybody knows there's one reason he's playing this game.
That is.
It's to break that damn record.
Well, can we Brett Favre it? Just let it happen. Get him off the field.
Oh, no, because I'll never forgive Brett or Michael Strahan
or Mike. Yeah, no. Someone confronted Brett about that. He got mad. It's like, no, you did concede the sack.
No, I would confront Strahan. Like, I would want to ask him about it.
Like, yeah, because it's the worst way to break a record.
I mean, I wouldn't want to break a record that way.
No.
Or no, I mean, what record would you break, Mikey? Okay, if I'm Michael Strahan and I've gotten 1 sack away from breaking the damn record,
agreed.
I'd like to do it how I've been doing it all season. That's just being a dominant Michael Strahan. Anyways,
yes. Well, Jaden broke his being a dog.
Jaden broke his and in 16 games. Ain't no extra game bullshit.
Ain't no extra games, boy.
Indy versus the Giants. Colts get eliminated. Nothing much else for that.
Nope.
Vegas versus New Orleans.
0.
Both of these teams suck.
Should not have picked New Orleans. You were right.
You shouldn't have. And low key, like, Aiden O'Connell is nothing special. He's not like garbage.
No.
Like,
he's not the worst.
Like, he's okay. He's better than Kenny Pickett.
He's better than Spencer Rattler.
He's better than every Cleveland Brown quarterback right now.
He's much better than DTR.
I mean, I'm just saying, like the Raiders suck. Antonio Pierce is a terrible head coach, but in a different world where you don't have a locker room turning against their head coach, maybe like I don't know. I'm just saying, like the fact that Aiden O'Connell can go out there and like the Raiders can beat both like shitty teams, even though they're considered a shitty team.
Sure.
I don't think it has anything to do with Antonio Pierce. I think it's just the locker room vibes with each other, and they're like, "Fuck it, Aiden's gonna ball." Like that's just that's what it's gonna be. And I don't know. Obviously, I don't think he ain't gonna be a starting quarterback next year. He's not.
No,
but he's like locked for journeyman. Like he's
locked for a Minshew type of role, maybe.
He will have a spot somewhere at any time. He's
Hopefully.
Good enough. He's good enough to just go around in the carousel of just
be a backup
quarterbacks.
Yep.
If
Josh Johnson is good enough, then
yeah, that's the thing. It's like,
well, Josh is there because he's somewhat mobile.
If a lot of these quarterbacks, I wouldn't say that's why.
Well, Tyler
was what only.
But no, it's easier to fit into Lamar's offense.
Yeah, but
if you're borderline mobile.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm not saying Josh Johnson is mobile.
No, there's a lot of good examples, but I mean, I feel like every good like journeyman quarterback, they kind of got them balls in them to run around a little bit, whether they got it or they don't. Like
True.
Gardner Minshew.
True.
Like he'll go for it. He don't got no mobility in him.
He don't got it.
It's just it's just a fact. But I know them journeymen, they're a little ballsy.
Good.
But I mean, yeah, no, I think Aiden O'Connell he'll be sitting somewhere, maybe behind Anthony Richardson or something, just waiting to get on the damn field.
It'll happen.
Jets Bills.
What a damn shame.
Another MVP performance from Josh Allen.
Somewhat.
I'd say no.
Sorry. I mean, it was against the Jets.
Was this a dominant win by the Buffalo Bills?
Yes.
Absolutely. Did their defense look great? Absolutely. Did Aaron Rodgers look horrible? Absolutely. Did Josh Allen look good? 100%.
Yes.
Was this one of his MVP performances?
No.
No.
But I think it's just good enough to play along with this narrative of him being the best quarterback in the NFL.
He's an awful 50-50 ball away from having a horrible stat line.
I know.
That 50-50 ball, and because everybody's going to show that play and be like, Josh Allen. It's like, no. Keon Coleman.
Yes.
Went up and got that bitch. I mean, Tony Romo's sitting up there in the booth who won't even second guess Dick riding Josh Allen, and was sitting there like, I would not have thrown that ball.
What'd you say? He said something.
I would not have thrown that. Oh, he said he said it's so close between Josh and Lamar.
Oh yeah, I gotta go with Josh who has the most wins.
Because he has to go with the winning record.
Yeah,
the
most wins.
Yeah, well, the better record. Yeah,
sure.
Yes, the better record, which makes 0 sense. But it's whatever.
Yeah.
Either way,
in that case, give it to Jared Goff.
Give it to Joe Burrow.
Yeah, well,
let's take records all the way out.
Take records all the way out. Yeah, sure.
Let's just take records all the way out and give it to Joe Burrow because records obviously matter.
Give it to Sam Darnold.
But when records are that close and stats are that close, you got to look at other things. I don't think you just go, all right, well, the stats are pretty close, but the record means more, so I'm gonna go with the record. The
other thing that they look at is fucking. Well, they beat the Chiefs.
Well, with that, the strength and schedule, the division you play in, like I mean, it's just there's factors, and something that people don't want to admit is how good the Bills actually are
as a team.
They want this narrative of Josh is putting this team on his back and this and that, but you got to remember, people beginning this year they were telling us, well, Khalil Shakir is a number one option, and all this shit, and they were telling us that the Bills were like that. So the worst thing that could happen for anybody that's pushing for a Josh Allen MVP, just pushing for that Josh Allen MVP narrative, it's admitting that the Bills are good and admitting that no, the Bills beat the Jets. Josh Allen didn't go in there and just demolish the Jets defense. He had a good game.
Granted, he didn't have to.
He didn't have to.
Yeah.
The Jets the Jets got dominated. I mean, that's simply that's really all it was. So, I mean, I think that, Lamar's going to finish with better stats without the extra game. He doesn't need the extra game, but he'll have the extra game to have even better stats. And like I said earlier, I'm sorry that he has something to play for. I'm sorry that in the grand scheme of things, you can name all the names you want on the Ravens defensive side of the ball. Them boys be struggling when the ball's in the air.
The most amount of struggle.
Yeah,
I've seen out of DBs in a long time.
Like a lot of struggles. So I mean, it is what it is. But he's going to have better stats, have the upper hand on the head up matchup. The Ravens blew the Bills out, if we're going to talk anything about record, and he's going to win a better division. So, I mean, if bro doesn't win MVP, to me, it's a joke. The MVP is an absolute joke.
I mean, the MVP race was kind of shut down about week 4. So,
I mean, but it's going to be
good for them.
It's going to be voter fatigue. That's all it'll be. It'll be
good for Josh. Cool, whatever.
And like I said, I'm okay with that if Lamar.
But no, I mean, wait till Josh throws 28 picks again next year, whatever. 18 picks, whatever the fuck it is.
If Lamar goes and gets himself a Super Bowl MVP, I won't be mad. But I honestly, at this point,
even better, Jaden Daniels.
No.
Gets a Super Bowl MVP.
No. I mean, at this point, I'm still sitting on KC's three-peating, so.
No, for real. No, they're winning. And
Casey's going to three-peat. Oh. Future, clip right here. For anybody, because I'm a fortune teller. So, they're going to three-peat.
You are Middle Eastern.
Fuck off. They're going to three-peat, right?
Yeah.
And then Travis Kelce's going to retire right off in the sunset, right? And then whose career is going to be resurrected in Kansas City? Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is going to go to Kansas City.
No, Kyle Pitts is going to go there and shit the bed and be just as bad.
No, he's going to go to Kansas City and play great. And they're going to figure out how to use him just how they fucking know how to use Juju Smith-Schuster.
True.
And it's going to be perfectly fine. And,
you think Travis Kelce's going to propose to the stick bug after they win? One of our guys, Jeremy Reeves, I think, proposed after the game. It's like, how do you have that planned? What if we lost? You can't propose after a loss.
You can't propose after a loss, but I mean, no, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe this was just the perfect time. Maybe he knew. Hey, bro, I'm getting hella snaps today on special teams.
For real.
I'm
gonna show the fuck out.
I'm gonna propose after.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
I don't care about Taylor Swift. I was joking.
I wonder how teammates feel about that.
Well, they all have to say, "Oh, it's cool. She's super nice. This is great." And then it's like, nah, Trav's having the worst year of his career. They have 2 other tight ends that are okay.
But see, in the grand scheme of things, I mean, in no other world or no other player does their personal life or relationship really come up in sports, but it's also not A, thrown in our face as much, and B, it's like, all right, the shit with Brittany Mahomes and everything. It's like, even though people couldn't stand her, it's like Patrick Mahomes just kept winning Super Bowls.
Yes.
And there was this switch and where you could just see in Travis Kelce where it was more than just the relationship he was in, it was the fame he was getting that has just really turned. He's 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like
Not for
he's 1 foot out the door.
Well, I mean, it's just so much of his time is taken up by.
I mean, he's in
media.
this. He's in this movie, this show. He's doing this.
He's doing a podcast. He's doing everything.
He is set.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, and that's another reason why I said like, no, he's gonna retire. They're gonna 3-peat. He's gonna retire, and then they're gonna.
Yeah, no, Trev needs to retire. Like, I'm not saying that he's a scrub bum or whatever right now, but there's no better time than after.
That's the thing. It's like, is Travis Kelce having his worst year because he can't ball no more, or
is it because he's 36?
Well, or does he not care
as
much? I mean, it like the same way. It's
mean, he's getting up there. We would expect a tight end of this age. I mean, Gronk was out 4 years ago. But 3 years ago, whatever.
Tell me, it's like we always say this, like, the Chiefs always have a quieter regular season. Tell me this isn't like the quietest.
This is the quietest regular season.
I'm saying, not even just the Chiefs, but players on the Chiefs like Travis Kelce might just know we don't have to turn it on. I could drop 3 touchdowns today, and we are still going to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck it. What do I got to turn it on for? I'm 36. I'm rich as fuck.
I don't know how old he is, but
I mean, you said 36. I don't think bro's 36. Maybe he's like 34. Yeah, I was gonna say 30. Yeah. 34 sounds more right. I guess we got to fact check Travis Kelce's age real quick.
He might be 35.
I'm just saying, like, bro doesn't give a fuck.
No.
35 years old. Good call.
All right.
And I can't blame him. But if him and everybody else is on the same page where it's like, we are good enough to where we don't have to turn it on.
Yeah.
Or, we don't have to step on the gas yet. And it's really just let that defense cook, and the offense is just going to do enough.
Yeah. Sick.
And then you got, what's his name? Noah Gray. Just, we got options.
Yeah.
We can split reps. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I'm a 3-peat and retire. I
mean, even if they lose, even if they don't win, I still see him retiring. I mean, because this is the perfect time. He's got the rest of his life set up. He's still somewhat popular. Right off, do all your other shit.
There might be that competitor in you to prove that you didn't let the outside world take your attention away from the game.
Like Jason did the same thing. I mean, Jason did the same thing, and he probably shouldn't have played that year.
Bullshit. This is so different.
Okay.
We're talking about a center.
Agreed.
This is Travis Kelce.
Sure.
And if the Chiefs do not make it to Super Bowl, do not win the Super Bowl this year, a big conversation is going to be how much Travis Kelce had his mind on everything else but football.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have to go out and prove, like, no, like, no, I cared. I did care. He doesn't have to go out and ball the season after to prove that. But I feel like there's a part of him that may want to.
Yeah.
And may go, you know what? All right. Maybe he's like, maybe I didn't. Maybe I had 1 foot out. I'm gonna put my foot in. I'm gonna put both feet in one more time. And then this is it. And maybe he even accepts that he wasn't as focused as he could have been.
See, but I would rather see them win this year and then have like 8 years of dog shit.
Sure.
Than them lose this year and then get more motivation to come back next year and win fucking 20 games.
No, I mean, I don't need dog shit. It's more of just...
No, I don't need dog shit, no.
If they are just not so favored.
Every game.
Like, I'm okay with Kansas
for no
City
reason.
Being good, winning, Patrick Mahomes, cool. Like, GOAT conversations, we can do that. But
if it was, I don't know, I don't want to say deserved, but just a little less close.
I'm just saying, like, the same way it's like it's been the quietest year. It's been this. It's been the most blatant, like, favoritism towards the Chiefs year ever. And I just...
Because, I mean, last year even, they still turned it on a little bit. The year before, turning it on a lot. And they've turned it on since Mahomes to the league. But this year it just feels like drag ass.
it's been bad. But with all that being said, I don't even know where we were. Tennessee, Jacksonville. That game happened. Miami versus Cleveland. They keep their playoff hopes alive. That's cool. Green Bay versus
Who keeps their
Minnesota.
playoff hopes?
Miami. Green Bay versus Minnesota.
Oh my god!
Now that shook the NFC up
A lot.
A lot.
A lot. That gives us a shot at the 6, and that gives the Vikings a shot at the division.
Yeah. So right now,
I can't believe the division and the 1 seed is going to come down to the last game. That's going to be the best game.
So right now, Washington, y'all are sitting at 6. And you got Minnesota sitting at 5 and Detroit sitting at 1, both 14-2, and they play each other week 18. We're obviously not going to give our predictions for that yet, or even
so. Yeah, I was thinking about tiebreak, but it doesn't matter. There's no tiebreak.
No, there is.
This game is the tiebreaker.
This game is the tiebreaker, and if they tie, Detroit wins.
Yes.
Or gets the 1 seed. I'm just saying, Detroit. Going from expected 1 seed the last 2-3 months,
the last fucking
to 5th,
5 months. Yeah, I know.
5th, and then imagine they go to Tampa and lose round 1. Like, what world would we live in where
that sucks?
Oh, and then it's Philly, Kansas City, in the fucking Super Bowl. God damn it! They just broke the code.
Now the last thing I want is to see, like, if something crazy happens in the NFC, Washington makes it. The last team I want to see, I don't want to see us versus Kansas City because that's a zero amount of chance.
I would want to see it.
I don't want to see it. I want to see us there. I don't want to see us against Kansas City though.
Why not?
Because the narrative, bro. They're gonna win.
Absolutely, they're gonna win.
We ain't got no shot, bro.
But imagine,
and then we're gonna end up like the fucking Bengals is gonna be like, oh, well, they made a Super Bowl, and everyone's gonna go, who gives a shit?
Here's the thing, though: if Washington made a Super Bowl and lost to the Chiefs, y'all lost to the Chiefs.
Honestly, I would count that as a win, no matter what. I'm getting that tatted.
Like, yeah. All right, maybe buy a fucking jersey.
Maybe buy a hat first.
Someone who's on the roster.
No. This is someone on the roster.
And then who?
Name is pending. I can't remember what his name is.
All right, well, let's talk about name pending, or Michael Penix versus Jaden Daniels. Sunday Night Football, Devin. A lot of people were on our ass. A lot of people didn't like what we had to say about. No,
Falcons fans.
Okay, just to put them in a bubble. Falcons fans.
Well, it's not like there aren't regular NFL fans coming and saying that Michael Penix is the right choice.
All right,
unless you're a Falcons fan.
Before I even get into any type of Michael Penix slander that people are gonna call it, he's here to stay,
of course.
But bro made some rookie mistakes and some rookie
booty cheek throws
that you would expect from a quarterback playing his second game ever. And the problem is
the most stakes that you could be a part of on Sunday Night Football.
And the problem is people were mad at us because we weren't buying in on a rookie quarterback who went in week 16 for his first start ever and looked really good against the New York Giants to go on and win his division. Yeah. We weren't buying into that, and people were mad at us.
To go and play another rookie quarterback on a better team who has played the entire year and is on fire.
Like, I don't care how cool, calm, and collective you might think Michael Penix could be or will be. He's going up against a man that don't know the definition of pressure.
No.
Jaden Daniels don't know what pressure is.
Like, dog.
Period. That man is an absolute dog.
It's beautiful.
You can put him wherever you want in terms of just ranking him as a quarterback, but he's top 5 when it comes to just composure. It's top 5.
Now, if we talk about like quarterback pressures, he was getting got to a little bit early in the game, but then he started using them legs.
But he also ran for fucking 100 and
No, he started
27?
using those fucking legs. That
What he
second
run?
half and that overtime period, he was going crazy.
Yeah, 127
But that
fucking yards.
overtime drive, he took that bitch himself the whole way.
I mean,
And threw it up when he needed to.
and
Beautiful.
and and the one oh my god, luckily he's such a great athlete because people forget they I recently saw Wemby, like he's such a freak athlete. Like remember he rolled his ankle
Yeah.
and like
And
it
he was
did
like,
not affect him.
no, not at all. His
And
ankle touched the floor.
that one tackle with Jaden Daniels, bro, my heart
Bro.
dropped. I'm
He's
not
built like
well.
a Twizzler, bro. It's
I
cool.
mean,
That's nice.
obviously, I think anybody's heart would have dropped watching that, but I think if you're a Washington
I
fan,
was pissed.
it's
I was
like,
so scared. Because late in the season, Sunday night, I'm pretty sure that's when fucking what's his nuts got hurt. His name's Voldemort now. We're not saying that fucking name.
yeah. No. Give him credit for at least not being like Eric Dickerson.
No, I know. I saw it.
Because I will say RG3 at least wasn't
RG3 was like, yeah, break my fucking record, bro.
I don't want him to break my record because
it's an extra game.
like it's okay. RG3's faster than Lamar, so he can have. Remember, so
that's one of the craziest things I've ever heard.
It's fine.
He was like, he's quicker than me. It's like, yeah, he's quicker than you for 100 yards too. So,
but Jaden Daniels, his leg didn't get caught under him at last second. It did roll out.
It rolled out.
I think a part of it is, I mean, he is an athlete and
he's young. Well, Collinsworth was like, he's lucky he's super young
because he can just pause, bend a little bit better. Sorry, I didn't want to.
He can bend well. He can bend back well. But no, his back touched the fucking floor. His knee looked scary. It's all right. As long as we don't get that, like, side-to-side movement, the ACL is fine. So.
Oh, my God. Like,
yep.
Yeah, no, that could have been. I mean, had his ankle just planted, had his foot planted and ankle got stuck and his leg went the other way, I mean, that could have went wrong. But let's take all that from aside and go back to how the man don't know what pressure is. Overtime drive, y'all go down, win the game after. I would say y'all. Nah, this has kind of been a story all year. It's like, yes, like Jaden Daniels has been pulling off these amazing drives that he shouldn't really have to pull off.
Sure.
Like, y'all probably could have won that game and not been, went in overtime.
Well, we had his nuts drop the shit out of that ball. Zacchaeus.
Oh,
hit him right in the tits, man.
Yeah, I know. Is that the final drive before they went and missed the field goal?
Missed the field goal, yeah.
Yeah.
It was third down. It was 3rd and 10 or something. Hit him right in the tits.
And also, I want to say, I don't know if, I don't know, like, I'm not saying he's like trash, but Young Hoku is not for sure banking that if he's playing.
No, I know.
You know what I mean?
Everyone was like, "Oh, well, Young Hoku's not out there." Well, it's like,
I don't think it matters. Like, bro,
but now, when I saw that go up, I was at a restaurant. I turned my back and I was about to walk out the door because I'd paid my check. I was out, and then I was like, someone was like, "Stop!" And it was like 6 fucking yards short.
So short, but it looked so good.
It was end over end, straight down the middle.
I mean, I was beautiful. I was looking and I looked through because as soon as it started going up, my heart, it was like,
no, it looked awesome, dude. It looked beautiful.
I was like, oh,
but we shouldn't have been in that position. If Zacchaeus catches the ball, we're in field goal position. If we need to, we can kick it and then lock down on defense. Now, I will give it to them. They moved the ball down the field toward the end of that game. Got into somewhat field goal range. 56
that was gross. And that's the thing, like Michael Penix, like he has his moments.
Yeah, I know.
He had his moments. The man.
Well, he had the final touchdown. The drive was okay.
And that throw was.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of good things to look forward to when it comes to Michael Penix, but you cannot hate us for asking him to go and win this division this late in the season with this like the chemistry.
I mean, you gotta think that, like himself has to think that he's not touching the ball this year. It's week fucking 15. It's week 16. It's whatever. He gets a phone call. Boom, you're in now. It's like, no, there's a quarterback in there who's getting paid $40 million a year. You would expect him to be out there.
And like somebody commented, it's like, how can you not understand this move? This should have happened 2 or 3 weeks ago.
If you wanted to do it then, do it then.
But that's how I know they didn't watch the video, Devin. That's what I said.
I know.
I said, if anything, why wait a month and a 5 games? Why wait that long? Why not give him a chance to get even more experience and reps and give? I mean, I don't know. I think they knew they were going to pull the plug.
I still think that keeping Kirk is the play. I mean, it's cool that we get to keeping Kirk in there.
Oh, what you're saying?
Like, if they hadn't done it earlier, I don't think Week 16 was the time to do it. At that point, don't do it. Kirk got you to this point to have the potential to win the division. Let him try to go out there and execute it.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the thing. It's like,
if you wanted to do it Week 10, Week 12, whatever the fuck it was, do it then. Don't do it Week 16 when they still got a shot.
Yeah, and I don't think. I mean, I not to say Kirk was going to go out there and do anything better or special, but I mean
experience.
Yeah, I mean, bro.
This is bro's second game.
Like, okay, could he have had a 6th straight shitty game? Yeah, of
course.
Could he have maybe crawled out of his shit hole and just played, just had an above average game?
Yes.
I mean, because a top 10 defense is exposing Michael Penix
all day.
Like, I'm sorry, the mistakes he was making, the throws he was risking, the risky throws that he was throwing. I mean, it was just every half of the balls he threw, I was like, ooh,
no,
ooh, or it was like, where the fuck was that going to?
Yeah.
But then people are gonna look at his completions and go, how can you not say that Michael Penix isn't ready? It's like, well, it's his second game ever. And I didn't just watch the highlights of the game. I watched all what did he throw? 39 balls?
Threw a lot of balls.
I want to say
we expected, that run game was cooking on us. Bijan looked good.
35
Algiers
balls.
looked pretty good.
Sorry. Yeah.
So, but yeah, when it mattered, played well enough, and it's good to see.
It was good to see Sunday Night Football. Y'all win. And the final game, Monday Night Football. And I said, this would have been a good game.
This would have been an incredible. I mean, it was a great game.
And I was about to say,
but it just didn't matter for the Niners.
I mean, my bad, but it was a good it was a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, this looked bad for Detroit. I think
a little bit.
I mean, I guess the best excuse could be they didn't see that coming from San Fran at this point in the season.
Yeah.
But I mean, they still got it done. They were still able to win. But
Kirby had 2 picks.
I mean, they were losing at half. So I mean, that was a shocker just to see that it was still a game at half.
I think that their offense is still great, Montgomery or not. I mean, they're definitely going to miss him, but again, I don't think they're any weaker of a team without him.
I mean, like they said, he doesn't need the season-ending injury or the season-ending surgery. So he may be able to return depending on how.
It's only a bonus if he comes back.
How deep of a run they actually go on.
Aiden can come back.
Aiden can come back as well. So I mean, hey, I would if I were them, I would definitely pour my heart into this final regular season game to get that 1 seed.
For real.
But all right, moving on from Week 17 games, Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers came out and said that they do intend on re-signing Russell Wilson, which I think was expected.
Mm-hmm. It's not going to be for that much money. I hope not.
See, well, I guess that's the first thing. It's all right. I don't know how many teams are going to be willing to test the market because of how weak I think this quarterback market is going to be next offseason. In terms of all right,
Yeah.
The Vikings. Could this be a one-hit wonder type of season for Sam Darnold?
Well, you
Absolutely.
got to think. I mean, it definitely can be, but what do you do with JJ? What do you do with Sam?
All right.
Who do you
That's the
take?
thing. And Vikings come out and say they plan on, keeping Sam Darnold. And I
I
think
think
if
what's going to happen is they're going to have Sam play for. They're probably going to do what they're doing with Kirk right now.
he's gonna play until
I
he
think
can't.
Sam's shit's going to show at some point
I don't know though
next year.
if
Well, we were thinking
Minnesota,
that the whole year.
but if Minnesota gives him this contract, well, because correct me if I'm wrong, Kirk's still on Vikings payroll,
No,
or Kirk got that deal from Atlanta.
from Atlanta.
Kirk got that deal from Atlanta. Okay, so yeah, okay. I mean, I guess if they, depending on what they sign him to, I mean, yeah. Either way, I think I don't know if Russell Wilson is I don't think his job is as secured if the market is just a little more appealing.
Sure.
Like that,
Because the market was when they had Justin, it was more appealing to go out and get Russell.
and,
There's
and
not going to be a whole lot of guys that are more appealing.
and they do finish 10-7, don't win a division. There are talks about there's still a pocket of people saying, I wonder if what would happen if they, kept running with Fields. What would have happened? The fact
Of
that there's
course.
even still conversations like that being had. I mean, there's no conversation like, well, I wonder if JJ McCarthy played.
No,
Like
no,
there's still
not even close.
conversations of like, I mean, I'm saying Justin Fields played well enough and Caleb Williams played bad enough to make people feel like we owe Justin Fields some sort of apology.
Not
So
for real.
I'm just saying, like, the Russell Wilson re-signing doesn't shock me, but I think if the QB
But
market doesn't.
I don't think that he should expect even with the signing should expect to be comfortable in that job.
Now this came out about a week or two ago. Does anything change this?
Yeah.
I mean, they finished 10-7. They lose in the first round.
Yeah, that might change it.
By how much though? Like I'm saying, like does that change how much they're willing to pay him, or does that change if they're even if they
No,
might
yeah,
be looking another way?
I don't think they're going to look another way. I think if they can get, I mean, how many teams are actually looking at Russ right now outside of the
Well, I
Steelers?
mean, every team that's going to need a quarterback. I mean, off the top of my
I don't
head,
know.
the two
As
teams that
long
play
as
each
they,
other.
as long as they give the same amount that another team would in the market, which again isn't going to be $50 million a year, it'll probably be somewhere around 35, 40, which is fucking crazy to think about. That's like the lower end of a veteran quarterback's market. But I don't think his job's secure. I think they're still gonna play with Justin and look around for other guys.
See, but I feel like Russ. I think Russ might want to be with the Steelers more than the Steelers want him.
Probably.
Like Russ can go test the waters with Vegas, New Orleans, the Jets, the Giants. I
But
mean,
I
he can
don't think there's
go,
other teams that are like really up on trying to get Russ and not drafting someone else.
but okay, I, okay, but really though, if
People seem to be up on Shador and Cam Ward, so I don't
stop
know.
it, but
No, I don't believe in it, but
but if the
there's
if the
teams that are
QB
going to go out and draft them.
if the QB market is Shador, Cam Ward, and Russell Wilson, they're all at least on the same playing field.
Quinn Ewers and Carson Beck.
No matter how good
Yeah,
you
no.
think Cam or Shador is going to be, I mean, I feel like Russ did enough to make the Raiders go, "Ooh, what about Russ?
Yeah,
What about
no.
Russell Wilson?" But I feel
I
like
don't know.
Pittsburgh is the safest option for Russ.
Well, yes, and I still think that Pittsburgh knows that they can kind of put whoever the fuck they want out there.
But if they go into this playoffs as a wild card and lose and continue to look the way they looked this last month,
Well,
I,
I mean, we said it before this month that they got 4 hard games coming up,
mm-hmm.
and we saw what happened when they played really good teams
and it hasn't looked good.
at all.
But it's been so bad that I won't be shocked if they take back this statement.
maybe, but at the same time, like their defense doesn't look as good as it did earlier in the year. But yeah, no, I, it's a weird situation. I don't know.
I think final prediction. I think Russ gets re-signed to the Steelers, but I still think it's way more experimental than it should be, considering the amount of confidence they seem to have in Russ.
I bet they sign him to a 1 year, maybe 2.
That ain't disrespectful at all.
To Russ, no.
Okay.
Russ should know his worth at this point, and he knows that he was stealing a bag over in Denver.
But Russ goes and say they win the AFC North.
What, next year or this year?
This year.
Maybe things change, but
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe 3-4 years, but I see 2
think,
years.
I think if things continue to go downhill and end on a bad note, I think the Steelers might quickly go from they're absolutely re-signing Russell Wilson to they are going to be testing the free agency market.
Fair.
I think it might switch up quick. All right.
Sure.
Let me ask you something about NBA. So the NBA, we talk about formats and schedule changing and just how the season works, and it came out that a lot of teams have been pushing for a 1-16 playoff format. A 1-16 seed playoff format. So instead of 8 from the East and 8 from the West, it's just the 16 best teams.
Ooh.
Now the reason being is because commonly there's more Western. There's more teams on the West that maybe more deserving of a playoff spot.
But then it's just going to be a West parade.
And or have a harder path to the NBA Finals.
They all do. Everyone in the West. And it's been like that for a little bit.
Here's the thing, though. It could be a Western Conference parade, or it could just prove how good the Eastern Conference teams that deserve to be in the finals are.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, a 1-16 bracket would pretty much be different than what every sport does.
Yeah, but the NBA needs, I don't know. It's because of the way that their fan bases are and the way that everything kind of operates in the NBA. It's not really East and West. They don't even do that shit in the All-Star game anymore. It's fucking LeBron versus Harden or whatever the fuck, or KD.
All right, but what I think about that I don't think many people have thought about is and maybe it doesn't matter. I think it kind of does, and that's how so the conversation in NBA culture, it's so toxic.
Yeah.
Imagine.
And there's so much legacy involved.
The legacy conversations and just comparisons and just this person or that person.
Yeah.
If it really turned to a 1-16
gonna flip bracket, to the fucking Lakers got to play the Celtics.
Well, but then it's also gonna be, wow, imagine if LeBron his whole career had to go through all the best Western Conference teams to get to the finals.
Yeah,
I bet he'd have zero reign. There'd be so many conversations, and not even just about LeBron, but about anybody.
Everybody.
But I
hadn't heard this until now. I'm gonna need time to think on it, let it settle. But I don't know. It's
teams are pushing for it. Obviously, I think it's more Western Conference teams that are pushing for it. And they said that they need, if this were to be put in place to be voted for, they would need at least 50% of the East to vote it in. Now,
but I don't know. They just keep changing shit and expecting good shit to happen, and it's like you just made the NBA Cup. It didn't really gain any fans from that. They're changing other shit, and it's just not. I don't know.
So you don't think it would help at all?
It could, but they're taking. This would be a really big risk.
I mean, besides what I brought up, and that's just how NBA fans would change the narrative of just legacy.
All they got is NBA fans. All they got is NBA Twitter fans who are talking shit about Mike and saying this and that. And
No,
fucking
there's
boopity
more.
bop.
There's more
I
than just
know, but
NBA Twitter. But I'm just saying that the the fans definitely are in control of what the NBA does in terms of like making it a more entertaining sport to watch. But at the same time,
but
I think
I
this
think they
all
need to. I think they need to slowly change the NBA. I think jumping again. I think trying to bring back rivalries, trying to make series during the season, trying to build back a bigger NBA fan base. Because when Bron's out, they're losing a ton of people. When KD and Steph leave, they're losing people. You're losing that golden era of basketball. So I
I
think they need to slowly build in and try to bring back a fan base, try to bring up their all stars, and not just jump to fucking trying to make it exciting right now.
I don't think there will ever be rivalries in the NBA again.
Robberies,
Rivalries,
rivalries. I
rivalries,
know, but
period.
try.
I don't there. I don't think there's anything you to get to bring a rivalry to bring rivalries back.
It would take a while,
You would
but
have
all
to
these young stars are still on the teams that they were drafted to.
take away the player's power.
Do it.
All these players are best friends. They all played in AAU together. They all know each other. They all know each other. None of them
Yeah.
hate each other. It's and
Some do.
fans. There's more fans of players than fans of teams. Like, okay, you might hate the Celtics. You might hate the Knicks, but you might not be like you might be a Lakers fan and be saying fuck the Clippers. But at the end of the day, there's more people who are LeBron fans that are saying fuck Steph Curry, and more KD fans saying, oh fuck, I don't even know, fuck everybody at this point.
Everybody.
But I'm just saying there's Mike fans that are saying fuck LeBron. Like there are besides you have your Celtics fans, you have your Knicks fans, you have your Lakers fans at this point are starting to seem like Cowboys fans.
Cowboys fan. Well, no,
Um,
not at this point. Forever.
and
Been
then
like
what?
that.
Miami. I give Miami their
Miami's got a fan
praise. I mean,
base.
Cleveland, Cleveland,
OKC might have a
Cleveland,
little bit of a fan base, but I mean,
Cleveland's
it's tough.
good.
Who? Cleveland's
Cleveland's
good.
good, so they have their fan base. You got Dallas, but there's no rivalries. There's
No.
no rivalry. Like and even if there is, it's like what Draymond's gonna punch somebody, and then everybody's just gonna shit on Draymond or defend him for a week, and that's all the
Yeah.
that's the closest thing we're gonna get to a rivalry in the NBA.
Yeah.
It's just I don't think you're ever like I said. And the biggest thing is I think these guys are just they're too friendly. There's nothing wrong with it, but like there was a time where I mean it just seemed like there was a respect,
Yeah.
but it was like no fuck you. But then you
Yeah.
also had but no you had your teams. You had like there will never be a bad boy Pistons again.
Fuck no.
There will never. But it's
Well, no,
just
yeah, I think that physicality might have a little role in it, but again, like I said, like a lot of these young guys are still on the teams that they were drafted by. Maybe veto some trades down the road. Keep these guys on their teams. Try to
that's
create something. Try to create another Kobe where he's on a team for 20 years. A Dirk who's on a team for 20 years.
But see, but even with like the Spurs, it's like the Spurs and Pop. It's like they were so like I don't know, like chill and cordial. It's
Mm-hmm.
like who are they rivals with?
The Heat.
LeBron?
Yeah, Brown.
No, LeBron.
It was the Heat.
LeBron. It
Well,
was LeBron.
that's why they were in that position to be rivals
But
with the Spurs.
even before. I mean, it was. I mean,
Sure.
who did LeBron
Yeah,
lose to in his first? Like I'm saying, like no, like it was LeBron.
bro.
It was LeBron, and then he went to Miami, and it was still like yeah, there was a rivalry there. And Cavs Golden State, it's like that was the closest thing to a rivalry.
I know.
And I honestly, it was a LeBron Steph, and then
Yep.
it turned into LeBron and Steph
Steph
Curry,
and
or
KD.
LeBron, Steph Curry, KD, and then it really turned into people just forcing a wedge in between LeBron and Kyrie,
Yep.
talking about who was more important, who won in 2016. Like it's I don't know that's the thing. It's like they will pin teammates against each other before teams. Motherfuckers will make sure that motherfuckers will try to make sure Jaylen Brown and Tatum are beefing before the Knicks and the Celtics are beefing.
All right, well then I'm wrong. The NBA's fucked.
Yeah. So at least that's the thing. If we're at a point where it's like,
and they just lost Christmas. So
if we're at the point, and they lost Christmas. If we're at the point where the NBA might just be fucked, let's just start trying shit.
I guess
let's just start trying shit. 1 through 16. Let's just have 12.
If Adam Silver is like, yeah, we got to do something now. Sure.
Gotta do something.
Maybe I don't know.
Maybe what?
Quit putting all your attention on the fucking WNBA. They threw a lot of attention at that fucking sport.
Well, that don't change. I mean, that's off. I mean, that's different. I mean, that'll never change.
But they don't throw that much attention at the NBA.
Yeah, but
I can guarantee you there are more motherfuckers talking about Caitlin and Angel Reese this season than there are talking about Tatum and fucking Luka.
What's the biggest rivalry in the WNBA? Two players.
I know, but
I mean, it's like
what
even
I'm saying.
I'm saying even when they tried to put like some type of energy,
the WNBA will never have fans. All I'm saying is fans of teams. All I'm saying is that. I mean, maybe create something like that if that worked for the WNBA in the NBA. But they put that effort into that. We don't see any of that in the NBA. We see NBA Cup, boopity boppity.
I think people just need to admit that they just the general public does not care about basketball that much.
They care about
the same way the NBA, like I talked about the fan bases they have. Go down to college. Well, you got Duke fans.
Yeah. Now, honestly, there might be more college basketball fans than that are fans of teams. There's a lot of college fans.
No. There's college fans. I support college. I support Gator basketball.
Yeah. It's just different.
But am I gonna fucking sit here and act? I am glued to them because I'm a fan of that school. Period.
Yes.
Sports across the field.
Yes, but I'm not sitting down and watching it here.
But it's like I'm not gonna give you the entire now. But see, there was a time where college basketball mattered more, and it doesn't matter at all now. Like it.
Sure.
At this point, there's more guys overseas to get more attention than anybody in college basketball. So,
but the NIL might change some shit. We'll see.
Maybe, but I think the only thing the NIL is going to do for college basketball is if you're good enough, you're still going to go to the NBA right away. And if you're not good enough, you're going to sit there and get as much.
You're going to stay for 6 years.
Yeah, you're going to pull a what's his name in Miami and play for 9 seasons.
I don't know the guy's name, but he played for 9 seasons. I don't
remember his name either, but yeah, no, that was hilarious. But moving on from that, what I wanted to talk about was some coaches in the hot seat.
NBA?
No, NFL.
You're telling me you don't want to talk about Eric Spoelstra and Nick Nurse? Is Nick Nurse still a coach?
We're talking NFL coaches.
I don't know.
We're talking.
You don't know either. Coaches. So thank you.
Are these NFL coaches in the hot seat? And I mean,
who's heating their seats?
I think I don't know. We may disagree or agree, but let's see. Doug Peterson. I have 2 answers to this.
Yeah.
Is he in the hot seat? Yes. Will a head coach change make this team better next season? No.
No.
I mean, is it?
I was gonna say no outright, but because he's they're 4 and something, he's on the hot seat. So, but no, if he can't make this team look like anything, there's not a lot of guys who can. They need a lot of help. They need some help from their ownership.
Considering expectations going into this season, I think maybe the seat isn't as hot.
I think they would have fired him already, though. No.
See, that's the thing. It's like it's definitely not as hot as some of these coaches who have already been fired.
Who've already been fired, yeah.
So I'll say it's pretty hot. It's
pretty
definitely
pretty
hot. Antonio Pierce.
Very hot.
I would say it's very hot. And I would say one thing that people keep forgetting, and they don't want to talk about it. It's like, how many intern coaches like stay?
I'm trying to think of one.
How many intern head coaches get the job?
Jay Gruden?
And they stay.
Is Jay Gruden an intern?
I mean,
intern?
There's a lot of people that could have went out there and looked better than Josh McDaniels last season.
Agreed.
He went and took over Josh McDaniels' spot. So well, imagine.
He like had the ability to like win back the locker room and then lose it immediately.
He won the locker room last year.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And that's
when he got in, he won the locker room. Everyone was like, "We'll fucking die for Antonio Pierce."
But it was
walks in this year, shitbags his whole team. Everyone leaves. Everyone wants to fucking retire, and then now what?
But I'm saying everybody was shitting on Pete Carroll on his way out of Seattle and all this, and now there's people that are gonna kill to get him on a team.
Yeah.
You know? And I feel like when it comes to an Antonio Pierce, it's like, all right, you look better than Josh McDaniels.
Yep.
You came in and you won over a locker room that hated the former head coach, but now that's you.
Exactly.
You're not the head coach that's disliked. You're the intern head coach that's disliked that got re-signed. That earned, I guess, the position.
Well, I mean, like, you can't really hate on the interim head coach because he's not the head coach yet.
But now he's not
the second he's the head coach, the second he has to step up and perform, and then blames it on his team for making money moves and shit.
Like he's still you can't get the step up and then still perform like an intern head coach.
He's not even performing like an interim head coach. He's performing worse than he was an interim.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like
he's performing like a shit option at head coach, like a Josh McDaniels.
Like he can say whatever he wants and it doesn't matter.
Like he runs shit over
his team.
When we know damn well that dummy with the bowl cut runs shit.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing. It's like teams like that and Jacksonville. It's like, no, these owners don't give a fuck like that.
Fuck no.
Go.
Motherfuckers just moved to Vegas, built a stadium, and give a shit what their record is.
We're on to the next one. Brian Daboll. All right. Can I say that the head office fucked him way more than he did to this
I was about to say. Yeah.
I mean, you signed Daniel Jones, you get rid of Saquon.
You signed Daniel to $40 million for no reason. You get rid of Saquon, and then you draft a good receiver.
Yeah.
For what?
It's like, do they give him a shot with this?
Now, granted, last year they were pretty shit. Like I thought, like this year is not a good year to fire him. I thought last year would have been a better year to fire him.
If they had,
but I think at this point, you can't fire. You got rid of everybody.
I feel like if he does get fired, it's at this point where somebody has to take the blame,
or it's mutual.
But I feel like it's like no, like the Giants head office have done him no justice, have done him no favors,
no good, no favors.
And I feel like give him one more year. With someone
maybe give him something.
Drew Lock or Tommy DeVito or Daniel Jones. It's like something, bro. It's like just something. I mean, I think the seat's hot, but it ain't as hot as the first two we talked about. Or it's as hot. I don't think it's as deserving.
It's not deserved, no.
But Daniel Jones ain't Trevor Lawrence.
No.
And
no.
I mean, I don't know. And
but no, like with Daboll, they had that great year. But again, Daboll and Daniel Jones both benefited from Saquon's crazy year where they won a playoff game. Saquon didn't benefit for that team. So Daboll had I mean, the hype coming into that year after last year was crazy. Daniel Jones was supposed to do all this and that and whatever. Saquon was supposed to be a dog. So yeah, I think if anything, he should have been fired last year. But at this point, you can't really blame it on him.
Gerard Mayo.
Fuck no.
Absolutely not. I say
Hell
no.
fucking no.
I think him
The,
and
the,
Drake.
the, fuck, the fact that there's fucking Patriots fans who are out there saying, get rid of Gerard Mayo, you should have fucking expected a season like this. Take it on the
Yeah,
fucking chin, you dirty scumbags, and move the fuck on.
dude.
Take
I'm
a
not gonna
fucking 3
lie.
and 15 season or
I'm not gonna
14
lie.
season.
Like us, if I grew up this same exact era as a Patriots fan, bro, I'd be fine for decades.
I'd be fine forever.
And I get it, like maybe you get used to it, so it'd be hard, but it's like
6?
still, it's like as a fan your whole life, like
6.
until it gets to the point where you're like a Cowboys fan and you're talking about shit from literal decades ago. Like I
Agreed.
said, like I'll be fine for decades. Then
Sure.
we'd have to start winning again. But
Sure.
I mean, the
But
success that the Patriots had.
5 years later, and then you have a new head coach, a former player.
Yeah, be
Uh,
grateful
That's what I'm
and
saying.
let them. And y'all are in. And when it
You
comes
got a
to
rookie quarterback who has a chance to be really good.
and rookie head coaches, rookie quarterbacks in this on the same team, both of them are not in the worst situations in the
Fuck
NFL.
no. But
And
no,
I think
this was one of the only teams that I think did it right. Well, did their rebuild, started their rebuild correctly.
well, I mean, it didn't put a
The
bunch of
Bears started their
expectations
rebuild
and
before they got their quarterback.
mm,
Jane Daniels was just thrown into an okay team. Bo Nix was thrown into an okay team. But no, a team that was dog shit, the Patriots. Ride the season out. Be dog shit.
I mean, the
Don't have
biggest.
expectations.
What was the biggest misstep? Gerard Mayo saying like, "Oh, Jacoby Brissett's the most pro-ready guy, so he's gonna start."
That's it. But I
Okay,
honestly doubt that was fully his decision.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Either way, it's like, especially out of all these coaches, no way. I think him and Drake are gonna be cooking soon. I don't.
Now,
I
I'm
don't.
not saying that Gerard's going to be the best coach ever. He's still fucking super young and this and that. But
That's the new. That's the
it,
new meta, though.
no, I know.
That's
But
the new
there's
meta. Young coach.
for real. But there's no reason to have. I don't know why there's expectations for him now. There weren't earlier in the season, and now they're like fire him. Whatever. He's not getting fired. He'll be there
No,
next year.
he's not on the hot seat. I don't think he's on a hot seat.
I don't think he's on any type of hot seat, and I don't think he could have been on a hot seat at all this year, unless he
Mike
said some really stupid shit.
Mike McCarthy.
Yes, but no, he's not going anywhere. He would be on a hot seat in any other fucking
Something.
team.
You okay? Last season, the Cowboys did absolutely nothing.
Yep, with
They
Dak.
have they have to do. Well, no, I meant in the off season.
Oh, sure.
This off season, they're gonna have to do something,
Yeah.
and one of
Now,
those things
again,
might be getting rid of Mike McCarthy.
I don't think Mike's the problem. Now, Jerry Jones is the problem, and Jerry Jones's idea of who a good head coach is
But see, that's the
could
thing
be
is like
wrong because he
this is.
has an idea of who a good quarterback is because he's 80 years old and a GM.
But this is the same thing where it's like Jerry Jones with these owners. You got to have somebody to blame, and are you gonna blame all the guys you just re-signed,
Exactly. You're gonna
or are
blame
you
Dak.
gonna
You're gonna blame CD. Are
you're
you gonna
gonna
blame?
blame all these guys who are stuck here,
You gonna blame
and
Micah?
or are you gonna blame big old Mike McCarthy? I mean, you can easily just blame Mike
He has to
McCarthy.
blame. He's not gonna blame himself.
Mm-mm.
He could blame Mike. He usually blames like characters who have no. He blames the media.
But if I'm Jerry Jones, why not blame myself? Yep, I fucked up. Sorry,
Well, because it's
I'm
worked for him.
I'm 105 years old. I'm a billionaire. I don't care. I
He's not
thought
gonna
Trey Lance
change.
was Patrick Mahomes, and I went for the trade. Like I don't care.
He's not gonna change.
I'm
He's
just
had
saying,
time to
like,
change.
bro,
He's had
don't
time
care.
to be introspective. It's not happening. He's gonna ride out and do his own shit. Now, granted, if you're not that good at football and you want a big contract, go play for the Cowboys.
Zach Taylor,
I didn't think so until you said something.
dude,
I don't think so. I think their defense is absolutely horrendous. Maybe a DC gets fired. Maybe they build up that defense a little bit. Their offense is still one of the best in the league. I don't like unless Joe wants him out, unless Joe and Jamar want him out. I don't see it. If Joe and Jamar want him out, he's gone.
I think bro, I almost want Cincinnati to not make the playoffs just so they can really hammer home the reasons to not give him another chance.
Who do they replace him with? Marvin Lewis?
Fuck, Pete Carroll?
They're not going to bring back Marv?
Mike Vrabel?
What about Tony Dungy?
Cliff Kingsbury.
Nah, Cliff is going to try to fuck shit up. Cliff needs to be with a team that's not as established. If he walks into this and starts telling Jamar and Burrow what to do and start playing fucking USC football, I
think there's a level of respect.
I would hope so.
On both sides, it'd be like.
But what I'm saying is like their offensive playbook is good. It's get the ball to Jamar. It works.
Well, it's not just get the ball to Jamar, but
I know, but that's in bold letters right across the top of the play sheet.
They're the most important duo, quarterback wide receiver duo in the NFL.
Yes.
And
like that is their team.
It is important to keep them together, and I think now I don't think you have to bring in a guy like Cliff Kingsbury who could just elevate the duo even more.
Well, honestly, bring in
a defensive guy.
Get
Zach Taylor the fuck out of there. And let him go on his merry way. Let him go coach the Jets or something.
True.
Or the Saints.
Oh, the Jets need a head coach.
The Saints, the Bears. Bro can go somewhere.
Remember all those Jets fans who were like, Salah's the best fucking guy?
You just hate Robert Saleh.
And I was correct in doing so.
Were you?
Yeah.
Were you?
You think Saleh would have
Robert
team playing any better?
I think Robert Saleh was more than happy to leave the Jets. I think it's proven more and more as the weeks go by.
No, honestly, like that was a pretty big blessing for Robert Saleh.
I feel like if you roll your eyes when your quarterback talks, you probably are okay with getting fired.
Real.
I would imagine Robert Saleh, and think about just personality wise, he's probably the complete opposite of Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
He probably every time Aaron Rodgers opened his mouth about some bullshit, Robert was probably, God,
shut the fuck
out of here. I mean, he will go somewhere else, maybe take a role like he had in San Fran and just put a dominant defense together.
No, I think his coaching style definitely works a lot better on a defensive side of the ball.
Or he fucks around and goes to Cincinnati.
I don't want to see that.
You're such a dick.
I'm a dick. I don't want to see that. I don't want the narrative to be.
Why not a defensive-minded?
I want an unassuming head coach over there. I don't want Robert Saleh's here. What's going on in the locker room? How do they like him? Boom, boom, boom. Now he's fired week 5.
Unassuming? I mean, no. Whoa. Here's the difference, though. We knew no matter who the head coach of the Jets were, there was going to be problems because how much control did Robert Saleh really have of that fucking team?
0.
He can go in there and have the respect of players and even his quarterback, Joe Burrow, who won't be 40 years old and we act like he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Sure.
And then be able to craft a better defense on that side of the ball. I don't know. That's you're in a way better situation than a lot of these teams.
No, that's true.
I think the Jets are proven. No, Robert Saleh was not. I don't think he was the problem. Because when he was coaching this team without Aaron Rodgers last year, they were just as bad.
They were better. They were bad.
Almost.
They were bad, but they were better. No, I mean they won 7 games last year, no?
Yeah, maybe.
They won 7. They were 7-10 last year. They're 4-12.
Shane Steichen, the last coach, Indianapolis Colts. I knew you were gonna give me that look.
I know what he looks like.
Do
I? No, I know the old guy from the year before.
What do you think?
I don't think he's getting fired.
I
mean, it is Indy. They might flip him, but
I think the only reason he would be on the hot seat is if they have an idea of bringing in a coach that is better suited for Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
it's either that or you're going to ride out with Shane with Anthony Richardson.
Yep.
Because it's going to be one or the other. Either we're going to have to bring somebody in that can figure him out, or we're going to wait till Anthony Richardson figures it out, and then we're going to move on at quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's. I don't know. I don't think he's on the hot seat unless they already have somebody in their mind.
Yeah.
And like if he gets fired, there will be somebody in that office the next day, and it'll be tampering hell.
Of course.
The investigations that they'll do in the off season, that'll lead to nothing. But either way, I don't think. I think he's on a seat that's just as hot as Anthony Richardson.
Well, he's on like an at your will type of seat. Like, I don't think anything that he could have done this year. Like, the Colts are having an okay season. If anything, they're having an okay season while AR's playing bad or not being on the field or whatever. So, I don't know. I haven't really looked into the Colts at all this year. I haven't paid attention. I don't really care.
But see, that's what I mean, though. I'm saying, like, I think that his seat is no harder than AR's.
No.
Like, I think it's more on Anthony Richardson. It's like, well, let's get a full healthy season out of him,
yep.
And let's see if you can even like be a head coach of a team with a starting quarterback that's going to be consistently healthy, and see what you can do. But I guess out of all those coaches I just named, whose seat's the hottest?
I would say Pierce. In my world, it would be Pierce. But I think the Raiders are still pretty stupid. Peterson's probably getting fired. Who else was on there?
Brian, Mike McCarthy. Whose seat is the hottest? See, but the problem with being on the hot seat right now, it's like you've already signed your season, like your season off, like your seat is not getting very much hotter or colder moving forward in terms of like how they're gonna make their decision on keeping you or not.
All the decisions have been made.
So right now, who's on the hottest seat is more of like who's most likely to get fired.
Yeah, I think it's Doug.
I think it's Doug.
Pierce.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. I think I don't know. I don't know
who's getting fired.
I think at the same time, I'm looking at the Cowboys and it's like, bro, you're giving these players so much damn money. It's like, shit, you better bring in a grandmother that could come in there and coach this team to a damn playoff spot. I mean, I feel like there's a world where he might end up being one of the most likely to get fired this offseason.
Or just bring in a GM and fix the whole fucking problem.
That is another thing. That could be
sell the team. Maybe Jerry should enter a retirement home.
That'd be cool. I mean, if Bro sold the team, he'd still, be a fucking billionaire. So
he would have a few more $1 billion.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like the Cowboys are pretty expensive. So I mean,
couple bill.
Yeah.
We just sold for 6.
There you go. And
they could sell for 10.
I mean, it's like it's almost like damn, like Dan, like you sold it, like you got your bread, but it's like, do you think he's rooting for y'all?
Dan Snyder?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
You don't think so?
No.
But it's like,
I don't think he cares about football. I don't think he ever did. I think he had the team, and I think he showed up and did this and did that and tried to fuck us over a bunch. And I don't really give a fuck. I haven't thought about him once, and I'm glad that I don't have to.
But I'm just saying, like, you don't think, like, you think he's sitting at home wherever the fuck he is in his price? He's
probably in his $40 fucking million yacht right
some
now.
big ass house or whatever. You don't think he's rooting for y'all?
No. I think he's a petty little bitch, and that's why he didn't give up the team for fucking 25 years.
I don't know. I think he might.
No, he despises us. He despises that we're good. He despises that he wanted Jaden to fucking snap his knee in half like RG3.
No.
Yes, he did. I can guarantee it. Guaranteed.
No.
Guaranteed that he was probably
that's
fucking.
That's another thing. If we're gonna talk about just bad luck, it's like, what do you want Bro to do with a broken RG3? I mean,
no
what
bullshit.
What GM is figuring that out?
Maybe not put him back in the fucking game.
What GM is figuring that out?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Well, and nothing else good fucking happened.
What GM is figuring? I don't know. I mean, I'd sell a team too if I had to re-fucking brand myself 3 times in 3 years.
Shut up.
All right. MVPs.
The big 17. C's are coming through.
Week 17 MVPs.
Baker, Sam Darnold, your mother's ass. Time to go home.
Whoa. There's a lot of contenders. There are a lot of contenders, Devin. I think coming off of Monday Night Football game performance, you got Jared Goff, who was 26 of 34, 303 with 3 tutties. But then going down the other list of contenders, you had Joe Burrow, 39 of 49, 412 yards and 3 tutties. Sam Darnold, 33 of 43, 377 yards, 3 tutties and an interception. You had Baker Mayfield, who was 27. Baker Mayfield, who was 27 of 32, 359 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Baker's won.
But it was versus Carolina.
Baker's won.
It was versus Carolina.
The game
if I'm not mistaken,
mattered.
If I'm not mistaken, a big conversation about Lamar versus the Giants was, well, it was the Giants, so that's fine.
I agree.
But Baker did play Carolina, and that might sway my opinion. But you even had Patrick Mahomes against that Pittsburgh defense, who went 29 of 38, 320 yards and 3 tutties. You had Mr. Jaden Daniels, 24 of 36, 227 passing yards, 3 touchdowns with an interception, but 127 rushing yards. 127 rushing yards.
Do I change my first pick?
And then just to throw bro in there, he ain't making the list. But if we're just talking about MVP performances and who had a better one, Lamar Jackson had a better MVP performance this week than Josh Allen. I hate to break it to anybody, but the man was only 10 of 15 for 168 yards. So only threw 15 balls. Almost had the same amount of yards as what Josh Allen was able to throw for. 2 touchdowns, 87 yards rushing with a rushing touchdown, and averaged almost 22 yards per carry. So yeah, I mean, if we're just talking about MVP performances, shout out to Lamar, because Josh didn't make the contender list. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Nope. All right. Well, I want
Baker's on the list.
Jaden's Darnold's on the list.
Sam Darnold
against the Packers to keep the division hope alive, to bring them into next game with a tied record with the. He's got to be on the list.
I don't think I can go. I think I might have to put Burrow over Sam.
Against the Browns?
Broncos. Playoff team.
Broncos. Not the Browns.
Broncos and their fucking good defense.
Not bad.
And their good defense. I mean, I'm going Baker, Jaden Burrow. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope.
Nope. Yep. Spit it out, slut boy.
No, that's what I'm going with.
I'm picking mine. You're not going to agree with it. I don't care. Jaden Baker, Darnold.
I agree with all of them except Darnold.
That's fine.
I don't know what's up with you and Sam, but that's fine. Sam Darnold can make the cut.
I think in that game it's massive against the Packers defense.
Against the Broncos defense?
It's pretty big.
Okay, so you're just uninformed about the Broncos defense. That's fine.
I know what's up. I know what's happening over there. Pat Surtain.
I mean, you're just sitting here like, I mean, Packers defense? Fuck that. The Broncos defense? I mean, let's talk about it. I mean, and that's another thing. I mean, I don't know. I think Joe Burrow, and especially just MVP, who's more valuable? Joe Burrow? I think Justin Jefferson is more valuable than Sam Darnold.
Well, the conversation can be had about Jamar.
Not when T. Higgins caught all 3 touchdowns.
I'm gonna go kill myself.
Yeah. I was waiting for that Jamar comment. God damn it! I was waiting for it. Give me Burrow at 3.
I'm not putting Burrow on my list.
Burrow deserves it. That's fine. Sam Darnold put up
I
a good
also,
game.
I don't know.
You don't
I
like,
mean,
just admit it. You don't like Joe
but
Burrow.
I don't think either of our picks, like who's leading? I don't think is it Josh or Lamar?
It's Lamar. You want me to give you
Both of us?
you want me to give you our, as of right now, before these votes are put in, right now, I have Lamar at first place. You have Lamar at first place. We both have Jared Goff at second place. We both have Josh Allen at third place. I have Jaden Daniels at fourth place. You have Saquon and Jaden Daniels at fourth place. I have Saquon at fifth. You have Kyler at fifth. You have Joe Burrow at sixth. I have Joe Burrow.
Well, those are like.
I have Joe Burrow and Kyler at sixth. I have Baker at seventh. You have Baker at eight. I have Matt Stafford, Alvin Kamara, and Jalen Hurts at 8. You have Baker at 8. And then you have 10 names at 9. I got a couple names at 9. I mean, we have our top 3, Lamar, Goff, and Allen.
Well, then Darnold deserves some votes. I never give Darnold any votes because he's got Justin.
But there's a reason.
I'm going to give him one
there's
fucking
a reason.
vote.
Sam Darnold, you have him at 7th.
No, he's fucking 14-2.
You have him at 7th. The same as Jalen Hurts. Yeah, you give him 4 MVP.
All right, then I'll give him a fucking vote.
And I've given Sam Darnold what? I don't even know where Sam Darnold is on my. I don't think I've given Sam Darnold a vote this year.
You probably haven't.
I don't think I've given Sam Darnold a vote this year because it's been the Justin Jefferson show.
Well, there's a guy out there who's able to get the ball to him.
Yeah,
there's a lot of quarterbacks who can't do that.
There it is, Justin Jefferson, 10th place on my MVP. So yeah, it's not. No Sam Darnold. Sorry.
That's bullshit.
He'll be exposed. It'll be exposed.
We've said that the whole fucking year.
It'll be, bro, one game, fucking Jefferson, he's going to pull a fucking hammy, and Sam Darnold's going to throw 3 picks, and everybody's going to go, oh, no, what happened? And I'll be sitting here saying I was right. And I'll be right.
Yeah, we're all thinking the same thing. I'm not out here like Sam Darnold's the fucking guy, but
I don't know. We might have to. If somebody wants to
don't
go back, like,
me, dude. Just because I gave him one MVP vote, you're gonna fucking say I think he's the GOAT? Piss off.
You didn't say that. You said he was the GOAT. You said he was the guy.
I'm saying he's having a great year.
He is. So is Justin Jefferson.
So is Jamar Chase.
So is T. Higgins.
So is Joe Burrow.
Name another receiver on the Minnesota Vikings.
Jordan Addison.
No.
You stinky butt boy. Get away from me.
No, that's bullshit. Jordan Addison. Okay.
I did name one.
Sure, I guess.
But no, I'm not putting Darnold in fucking top 5 conversations. I'm just saying he's playing well.
Are you putting Burrow in top 5 conversations?
Yes.
Okay. So then your Burrow hate ain't that strong.
No, honestly, I've been very supportive of Burrow and the Bengals this year. I thought they've played great. The whole time you're talking about how shit they are and how they need to fucking all this shit.
No,
I've supported the Bengals.
Joe Burrow's played great. Their team's not played great, and their coach fucking blows.
Well, no, I've supported Burrow and how well they've played. They've played fucking incredible.
Sure.
Let me give a vote to fucking Dookie Darnold.
This year, though, bro, I could go back in the Rolodex, and you have shitted on Joe Burrow. You have went so crazy on the Bengals.
Accountability. I did it.
So crazy.
I would go stupid dummy on him, but it's because I thought that he had a good team with a good record and was getting praise that he shouldn't have been getting. That was putting him in top 3 conversations. Now, his team, stinky butt, they might miss the playoffs, and he's playing well. So, good for him.
Okay, so you're just on the fence with Joe Burrow. That's all it is.
But he's had a great year.
That's all it is. All right. With all that being said, I think it is time to get out of here. We talked all week 17 games. That were left. We talked MVP votes. Maybe a different playoff format for the NBA. Steelers re-signing Russ. Some coaches on the hot seat.
How about another NBA playoff format?
What?
Skip to the fucking playoffs. Every team plays a series.
Just a 30 playoff.
It's a month-long season. You have 3 of them in a year.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Just skip straight to the playoffs for the NBA.
Skip straight to the playoffs because no one's watching right now.
No, nobody's watching. 8 million watched on Christmas, but I bet 2 million watched the next day.
I bet fucking 400,000.
Either way, I guess with all that being said, is there anything you need to get off your chest before we get out of here? Maybe it's because I squint. Maybe I squint when I look at you. I'll give you a stupid look, and they're like, "Oh, you're so high." It's like, bro,
Oh, you can't open your eyes.
I'm
Well,
just.
yeah. Did you know that Mikey is part Asian? So you guys are
I'm not
racist. How's that
part
sound?
Asian.
You are.
I'm not part Asian.
You're a quarter, not a quarter, like an eighth.
What do you? Why are you putting false narratives on me?
No, that country's in Asia.
I mean, if that's the case, then you're fucking Asian.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
They're racist.
bro, I'm white.
No, I know. Yeah, I don't got anything to say. Go Hogs, baby.
Go Hogs. Well, with all that being said, hopefully you enjoyed this episode of On It. You'll be back on Saturday to hear us predict all of Week 18's games. Maybe some better ways to make the NBA just a little bit more entertaining, even though we kind of shot down every idea so far. But yeah, brand new episodes every Tuesday and Saturday. We will be back on Saturday. It has been me. It has been Devin. It has been real. We are out.